Maahes HC4 is the brand new 257 Heavy Burst Amalon Void hand cannon, which just became available with the final shape. I'll be comparing this weapon to the brand new Bolt Endings Craftable Stasis Heavy Burst and Warden's Law in terms of stats and perks. First off, I want to talk about Crucible, because as far as PvE goes, this thing really only has one role, and it's like Repulsor Destabilizing. You also have your Repulsor Dragonfly or Unrelenting Dragonfly, and then it also comes with Frenzy in that final column, so that's pretty much kind of what you're looking at for PvE. You could go something like Enlightened Action Golden Tricorn or Enlightened Action Swashbuckler, but I'm a bigger fan of probably Unrelenting Dragonfly, just because Make Room Go Boom is kind of fun, but honestly I'm not going to be using this inside of PvE. The reason that I think this thing feels so much better than Warden's Law is because of Amalon Fluid Dynamics, which adds a ton of stats. It adds 20 stability and 30 reload just for being at the top half of your mag, which has already given it a stat boost above Warden's Law. So the way that I made mine in D2 Foundry, the perfect one is what I would consider it, is Fluted Barrel for that extra handling, because nothing on this thing boosts handling except for Enlightened Action. So if you're going Enlightened Action, that will boost your handling, but that's the only thing, and it doesn't give enough until the higher stacks for me to really consider it useful. So I'm going Fluted and Accurize, because just a little bit more range is fine. You can either go Handling Masterwork or Range Masterwork. Rapid Hit's going to take you from a base stability of 26 with the Fluted Barrel to 51, and then with Amalon Fluid Dynamics that's going to take you to 71 stability. Not to mention with Amalon and Rapid Hit you're sitting at 100 reload speed. And as far as the damage perk goes, I'm going to say Golden Tricorn, because if you manage to get Golden Tricorn times 2, it's 3 headshots to 5 and lower resilience guardians, or 3 head 1 body to 6 to 10. And then for 1 stack of Golden Tricorn, it's 4 head 0 body to 10 resilience or lower, and then 4 head 1 body to 9 and 10 resilience. So I'm now comparing all their stats, and this is with their perks activated. Maahes with Fluted Barrel, Accurize, Rapid Hit, Golden Tricorn, Amalon Fluid Dynamics, and a Range Masterwork, versus a Warden's Law with the same Mag, Barrel, and Masterwork, Perpetual Motion Kill Clip, and then Bolt Endings with the same Barrel, Mag, and Masterwork with Rapid Hit, Golden Tricorn. So those two are pretty much going to compare the best to Maahes, and I'm making a review for Bolt Endings as well, so you should see that sometime after this one, but I wanted to make the one for Maahes first. So when we look at their range, Maahes has 75, Bolt Endings has 78, and Warden's Law has 76. And remember, this will go up a little bit depending on the weapon, because when you masterwork them after you've enhanced them or crafted them to 20, they do have their stats go up. But Warden's Law can get a plus 10 mod, so just remember that. So you can add plus 10 to any of these stats if you choose. Stability, Maahes is at 71, Fluid Dynamics doing a lot, 62 on Bolt Endings, and 57 on Warden's Law. Handling on Maahes is going to be the lowest at 39, Bolt Endings at 41, and Warden's Law at 62. That's that perpetual motion. And then 100 reload speed on Maahes, 86 on Bolt Endings, and 50 on Warden's Law. Aim assist going to be the lowest on Maahes, 62 on Bolt Endings, and 58 on Warden's Law. They all have the same zoom, and they all have the same magazine size. Airborne effectiveness on Maahes is 15, being the highest, 14 on Bolt Endings, and 10 on Warden's Law. And Warden's Law pretty much loses pretty badly where it loses. So stability, 71 to 57, that's a pretty bad loss. 100 reload speed to 50 reload speed. And then we have that airborne effectiveness losing by 5. It only wins by +1 range. And then in terms of handling, it has a significant win on Warden's Law there. And then aim assist, it has 9 more, which isn't a whole lot. You slap on the targeting mod, and you're going to be right there close to Warden's Law, because Warden's Law, you're probably going to want to use a stability masterwork or something there for your mod to kind of get close to Maahes. So in the footage that you saw previously, Maahes feels like it honestly feels like an aggressive sidearm. It feels great at close ranges. I was using I think it was like Enlightened Action and maybe destabilizing. I don't know. Whatever it was bad, and it just had like good base perks, and it felt phenomenal. I've honestly deleted the role that I had because I use a different one now. But it feels good. If you like sidearms, this thing feels fantastic. If you like Warden's Law, it's going to feel better than that. I kind of liked Warden's Law when it first came out, but it just isn't very meta. Maahes, while not meta, still feels pretty good, even after a day or two of playing. Hopefully, I'm going to play with it some more, see if it still holds up. But yeah, it's really good. And to just go over Maahes, I think the Godroll is going to be Golden Tricorn, just because you can get a weapon kill with it, and it's going to activate. And most players aren't running tier 10 or 9 resilience unless they are a Titan. And there's no real meta currently right now in the Crucible. There's no Titan or Warlock or Hunter meta. We haven't really decided what meta we're going to be in. But it's pretty good as long as you're not facing a Titan, because they're going to have tier 10 or tier 9. Tier 8, you're going to 4-head hunters, so 2-burst hunters, you're going to 2-burst most warlocks, they're running recovery, so it feels pretty good there. And then if you do get Golden Tricorn times 10, you're going to 3-tap the hunters, so 1.5 burst, because it's tier 5 and under, and I've seen hunters at 5 and less, and then 6 to 10 for warlocks, or I'm sorry, 6 to 10 resilience for a 3-head 1 body, so that would be your Titans, maybe some warlocks. And then what I will say and add to that is Swashbuckler is a guaranteed 4-head shot on tier 10. So if you run a melee build, so Arthur's Embrace, that'd be a really good one to have. But I'm gonna say Golden Tricorn just because you can just get that normal kill, and you're gonna be sitting in that same exact spot as if you were running Swashbuckler. It just doesn't work on Titans. And Warden's Law, because we have to compete with that, can get the 4-head 0 bodies on any Resilience Guardian, and that's because it has access to kill clip. So again, it's just get a kill and then profit. And then on Bold Endings, you have either Collective Action, which will give you 4-head 1 body, which isn't great. You can have Golden Tricorn again. I know Stace is kind of hard to get kills on, so this would be more for probably a Titan player, just because their melee is probably the best to actually get a kill. None of the grenades can kill. And then you also have access to Desperate Measures, which if you just get a melee kill in general, so this would be for every character, it's going to be that 4-head 1 body. But again, you can always just go with the Golden Tricorn. Golden Tricorn, just get the kill, and tier 8 and lower, you're going to 2-burst. And Bold Endings also feels pretty good. There should have been some footage of that in here as well. They both feel good, and there should be footage of them side by side. The fact that Amalon Fluid Dynamics is on Maahes, I think that's what really makes it good, because it feels so much more stable than these other hand cannons do. I know this review is a little long, and typically I try not to do these long videos unless it's like a real deep dive, but I really wanted to compare these three because I think this has a place in your arsenal, honestly. It feels really good, and I'm really happy that they made a good one of these. I am surprised it's an Amalon one, if I'm being completely honest. But Amalon's so good with this particular frame, because you have, 16 bullets in a mag. You add on a backup mag. You're sitting at 22. You have 11 bullets. That's 2 different battles where you're going to still have that stability going, and then you're going to have that rapid hit going, during those fights, because you're going to get, 2 stacks from your first shot, 4 stacks from your next shot, and then your 5th stack from the next fight. You're going to have that reload multiplier. You're going to reload. You're going to have that reload speed, and then you're going to be ready for the next fight. And it's so good. And I absolutely love this thing. And I'm going to play with it some more. Not a weapon I'd probably take into trials, but it's really good. And then again, as far as PvE goes, Warden's Law is going to keep being the king, because it has access to 4 times the charm, something that Maahes does not have access to, something that Bold Endings does not have access to. The only thing that Maahes has even close is Rapid Hit, which gives reload speed, or Enlightened Action, but you don't want reload speed. You want to be able to just load your weapon automatically. So for PvE, it's not going to cut it, but for PvP, it definitely has a spot, and I'm really happy about it. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. Click the notification bell so you get notified of making new videos, because I make new videos all the time. And I hope to see you guys in the next one, whatever that video may be.